Hi everyone, I'm Jeannie Hawks and I am one of the coaches in this group. And I wanted to take today to give you guys some tips on how to seriously rock the 21 Day Fix. So every coach has kind of gathered their own tips or their own experience or through, what they've heard back from their challengers. And these are my 10 tips that I have kind of compiled. Sarah Wilson, one of the other coaches, will be posting later today with her tips. And if you guys need more tips or if you guys need any more advice, reach out to me or to the coach who invited you to this. Your coach is here to help you succeed, whether it takes a week, whether it takes 21 days, whether it takes a year. They're here to help you succeed. So make sure that you guys are reaching out to your coaches. That actually wasn't one of my tips, but it's a good one. So make sure you guys are reaching out to your coaches. Hope you guys can see me. The lighting's a little weird. Okay, so my 10 tips. The first tip we've kind of already talked about. Allie talked about yesterday is making a plan. So first, make a plan on when you're going to do your workout. When do you think you guys can have 30 minutes a day that you guys can do the workout, and then stick to that time. I mean, you can adjust it after the first day if it didn't work out. But I mean, for that first day, you need to make sure that you do the workout when you say you are going to do the workout. And then read the eating plan. So this is all part of making a plan. Read the eating plan that comes with your program, and then make a meal plan. Maybe after eating the eating plan, you guys are kind of at a loss, like, oh, how am I supposed to meal plan? That leads me to my tip number 2, which is hop on Pinterest. Search Pinterest. You guys, Pinterest has basically done all the work for us. There's so many awesome nuggets out there of information on 21 Day Fix and millions of meal plans already done all for you on Pinterest. And I'm sure that we'll be posting some as well. Some of the coaches here already have some awesome meal plans that they'll put in the file section. But get on Pinterest. There's some awesome varieties on there. I get on Pinterest all the time to look up new ideas for 21 Day Fix. Plus, they also have the new Fixate cookbook, which has 101 21 Day Fix approved meals. That's awesome. And I'm so excited to get my copy. But so those were my first two tips. My third tip is after you guys have created your plan, you've gone on Pinterest and figured out what meals you want to start making. Then my next, number 3, my tip is to shop and prep. So you don't have to prep your food for the whole week, but I will let you know that it is a lot easier to prep as much as you can. So even if it's the night before and you prep all of your food for the next day, you will have an easier day that day. You won't get hangry. You won't be so hungry that you're angry. You will have your food ready faster. For me, with my kids, it's nice to have my food prepped ahead of time because then I can get them their food as fast as possible and not have us be eating junk. So shop and prep and get your food ready. Number 4, use the containers and the tools. Use your containers and make sure you track your containers. So they give you the containers for a reason. I mean, maybe you might start getting lazy and start eyeballing things, but really you may not be correct with how if that makes sense. Like sometimes I will just eyeball it, like I've been using the containers for so long. But I think it's still good to use the containers to measure out your proteins or your carbs, so that you make sure that you guys are staying on track. And also dump it out on a plate so that you can see what it looks like on your plate and not just eat it straight from the containers. You can, but I would dump it out on a plate. And also along with that tip is to track your containers. You can use the book to do that. There's tallies on there. You can also make copies of that and use that. But I personally, the most success that I have had tracking my containers is, and you can also get apps for it. A lot of people really like that, but I actually don't like that as much, but I know it's worked really well with people. There's a lot of 21 Day Fix apps out there where you can easily just select the container you're using. And I think that's great. What I actually did was I used a dry erase marker on my fridge and I just put, a letter first. It was just G, P, R, like it for the containers. And then I would just put a tally mark next to each one every time I ate it. And at the very top, I had my goal. Like I need 4 greens or 3 purples, whatever it is that I needed. And that was really helpful for me because then throughout the day when I would go to the fridge, I'm like, wait, so what do I have left? And it was just right there, and I could see it on the fridge. And it also kept me accountable, because then people who came over to my house would be like, oh, what's that for? And I'd tell them what it was. Or my husband would kind of keep me on track. So that's what I did. That's worked for me. All right. Tip number 5. Is that right? Yeah. Tip number 5 is close the kitchen at night. So this one I actually struggle with a little bit. But after a certain point of the evening, you guys can choose. Mine's probably a little bit later than it should be, but close the kitchen and say that you aren't going to eat anymore that day. It really helps. Brush your teeth. If someone else gave that tip, sorry, I'm probably stealing it from someone else. But brush your teeth after you close the kitchen, and don't eat any more food. It will really help you make sure that you don't go over on your containers. All right. Next tip, number. Is that right? Oh, I may be off on one. I may have combined 2 of them. But anyway, number 6. So it's all about, this program is awesome for its eating plan, but I also wanted you guys to make sure that in the workouts, you're making sure that you are working up a sweat. Sometimes I kind of start getting lazy with my workouts and not doing it full out. But as long as I know I am always working up a sweat and doing it to my best ability, then I know I will see change. So make sure you guys are working up a sweat every workout. All right. Number 7. My number 7 tip is Shakeology. Make sure you guys are drinking that every day. I feel like sometimes Shakeology is underappreciated at the beginning because you're drinking it and you may not feel the effects right away. But trust me, it helps so much. I have done the 21-day fix with Shakeology, and immediately afterwards I did it without Shakeology, and it was terrible. The cravings were out of control, and my energy was so low. So trust me on this. You're welcome to experiment if you want and go 3 days. I'm sure that's as far long as you can go, because that's about when I could start feeling, when I started really missing Shakeology. But I went 2.5 weeks without Shakeology. But anyway, if you can experiment yourself, but definitely if you drink the Shakeology every day, you will definitely feel the effects and you'll get all the benefits that you need to succeed in this. All right, and number 8. This is maybe a little iffy on the tip side, but it's something that has really helped me. But I schedule in treats once a week. It can be 21-day fix approved. They have Shakeology, like chocolate bars you can make. But knowing that I have that to look forward to at the end of the week really helped me stick to my eating plan during the week. So they have, I think some of the 21-day fix eating plans have cheats that you can do. But even if you're doing the extreme, 21-day fix extreme, which is what I did, where there's no cheats, they still have Shakeology protein bars in there, or Shakeology ice cream where you put almond milk in it that one day, because I usually put water in mine, and you make it more like pudding, or whatever you want to do. I would schedule in treats because for me it really helped me stick to my eating plan. That's up to you. It's kind of my own personal tip. All right, tip number 9. I just want to remind you guys that the scale is just a number. You guys may be getting smaller and the scale may not be moving at all, or you may even gain a couple of pounds at the beginning because you're starting to gain some muscle mass. And I just don't want you guys the scale is just a number. I just want you guys not to get fixated on the scale and to be more thinking about how you feel. And that's the most important thing, right? Is how you feel and how much energy you have. And okay, which leads me to my number 10 tip, which is my biggest tip, is to take before and after photos and to take before and after measurements of everywhere, like of your arms, your legs, and your hips and your belly at the least, and also your chest as well, is what I believe. Not just your waist. I cannot even tell you guys how many times I have done this challenge group and my challengers only measure their waist after I repeatedly ask them to measure more. You guys, you will lose weight everywhere, and you may not know where your weight loss is going to come from. You may be so excited, oh, I lost like an inch or 2 off my waist, but you totally missed the fact that you lost like 4 inches off of your hips and your thighs. And I think it really helps keep me motivated when you can see all of your results. So make sure you take the pictures As embarrassing as it may feel to take your before pictures, you will regret it if you do not take your before pictures, because you can never go back and do that. So take your before pictures, take your after pictures, and make sure you take your measurements. All right, so guys, those are my 10 tips. Comment if you have questions or if you guys have extra tips that you want to give. That would be great. And I believe that Sarah will give you guys more tips later. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.